going from the guy who's happy-go-lucky, yeehaw, cowboy, just smiling, got the stash, did the mullet, pretty number 7. It was red. Ain't gonna be red this weekend, but it still looks good. To this guy, Eli Tomac. Now, he goes from the happiest guy to maybe one of the guys that probably has the most question marks. And it was a struggle for Eli. It was a hard weekend. It reminded me of the first race. Same thing. Like he had some speed, some things didn't go right, and then he started going backwards. And then I said last weekend at Triple Crown, like he rode the same all day. But obviously to start the last time, he's Eli Tomac. Come on, dude. He's won 51 of these things. He knows how to get it done. So, but there was a struggle where I was saying that, was he all in? And not all in if he was training, but that mental side where I was saying, like, I still don't see that part from Eli. Like when he gets a bad start, he comes up like Cooper did, or even Jet did, or Jason. When he does that, then I'll know, because it just seems like there's something like missing. And a part of that's when you get hurt, you're thinking about retiring, you're just unsure. Now, I heard a couple different reasons. I heard it was a shock thing, a bike, bike problem. I heard maybe hurt himself. I don't know. What I saw Saturday night was what I've been kind of seeing all year. And the only way I'm going to speak off of it, and Eli, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect, because I'm speaking from experience. I'm only speaking as of what, if I was watching myself ride, and the way, Eli is a champion and being there and coming back, you seeing Jet Lawrence feeling like you have the speed and having that, like, no matter how hard I tried, like, I'm either going to have to hit the ground to race with these dudes, or I just don't got it. If I'm in that position, then I'm going to end up doing exactly what Eli did. And before people say he quit, or why did he give up, or why he didn't fight, you just don't know. When you're here and you're on that top level, you're not okay with being here. Like Eli Tomac is not going to finish 5th to 8th. Like he ain't going to be that guy. Even though he's going to finish 5th or 8th, it's going to be because either he was out front and he ends up that far, or he gets a bad start and he ends up in 8th. Like he's not going to be just a 5th to 8th place guy. That's not Eli Tomac. And the reason I say that is because once you've been here, you're not okay with this. Like the reason why he's been here is because he ain't okay with being this guy. And that's not a knock or a negative, but when Eli gets in this situation, like if I'm out there racing, if it was me and I was being honest in what happened to me on Saturday night, if I'm Eli Tomac, all right, I got out there and I'm like, all right, I came off last weekend. I still got it. Back in my head, I'm not sure if I got it, but I got it, right? Jet Lawrence, he couldn't catch me. I actually made him crash. Yeah, so I made him crash. So I'm coming back out, Jet Lawrence in front of me. Like, I'm Eli Tomac. I know how to get this thing done. And I'm riding. Chase Sexton gets by me. That's weird. I was able to, he was fast last year. And I know Jay say he ain't as fast this year, but he's pretty consistent. So, all right, whatever. I'm staying here. And next thing you know, I can't keep this pace up. Running the pace, I feel like I'm taking these chances and I'm still getting pulled away. Oh man, this kind of sucks. This sucks. I don't want to hit the ground. I don't want be laid up little Johnny, but I can't ride with these guys. And there's something that clicks. And it's not like you quit. You just realize, possibly, and again, this is what I'm thinking. I don't got it. I don't have it. Well, my whole mindset, my whole career is I'm here to win, or I'm not here at all. I'm not. So as you're racing and you're doing everything you possibly can, and you're out there trying to do it, and these guys are still pulling away from you, and then you have Kenny Roxon come up, a guy that you were able to beat last couple of years, then he passes you, then everything just falls apart, because we all know how good Kenny is, but when you feel like there's no reasons why I shouldn't be able to win this race, because I'm up here. They're right in front of me. I got a good start. There's nothing wrong, and I still can't keep that pace. There's just a mindset that clicks with him, and it's almost like you can't you can't even fight for fifth place. Like you can't fight. And I think that's why you saw Eli just really go backwards, like really go backwards. And I again, if I'm wrong, Eli, I'm sorry. I think it's not even a negative. It's just a part how great you've been your whole career and how dominant you are. It's just impossible for anyone to be able to go from that level to just being mediocre and just finishing. I mean, we saw what happened with Cooper Webb a couple years ago. Like it was wet noodleish. Like the guy was just winning a championship. He's not okay with just being like in the middle, like middle of the pack. And I would even say Cooper Webb is even different than Eli. Eli has it worse because Eli's always had the speed. We never questioned the speed with Eli. So to have the one thing that you've always had be the one thing that you can't overcome and you're not as fast, it's just difficult. So I think what we saw with Eli is, again, what we've been seeing all year long. And it just makes you wonder, what's next? What's next? Now, do I feel like Eli Tomac's done? No, I don't. I don't think he's done. Do I feel like Eli Tomac's on a, you know, teeter totter borderline of going this way, or this way? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going this way. I think Eli can either continue where he's at and be competitive and just mentally, because he still has the speed, clearly, as we saw last weekend, but just that mental fight and just being able to be comfortable taking those chances. We saw how Jet Lawrence almost crashed over the out front. Is Eli going to be comfortable doing that? Just running that pace, to being able to have a chance to battle with Jet, to have a chance to battle with Chase, because that's what he's going to have to do. And I wouldn't even say Jet Lawrence was out of control. I just say Jet Lawrence to run his pace. There's a danger to it. Is Eli okay with running that? Because if he ain't, then it's I don't see him finishing the year. I just don't. Because again, I don't believe that the risk that it's going to take for Eli even to just get fifth is, to me, almost the same risk it's going to take to just go out there and try to win. And if you don't feel like you have a chance to win, then, and you know you ain't all about fifth place, where do you go from this point? And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think these next three races is going to tell you the rest of Eli's season, whether we kind of seen the last of him, or how, I would just say, even how he finishes up with the Supercross. Because if we get to Daytona and we have something like that, then it's a wrap. Like if this was Daytona, we saw how he was struggling last year with the bike setup at Daytona, but he was still able to just make it happen. If we get there and we have a race like this, then I think that was probably the last you see. And again, this ain't even a negative. This is what happens to all great champions. Like everybody except for Ricky Carmichael. He dipped out. Like he won, he dipped out. I couldn't give him the business. I wanted him to get like an Eli Tomac, but he dipped out on me. It's just difficult to go through there. And I can only speak because I was there. Like I was there, and I went from feeling like I could win races to battling with my boy Benny Bloss. Well, even though I wasn't battling with him, in my mind I was battling with him. But I went from here to like back here, and there was really nothing I could do about it. Like there was a mindset that just changed, and Eli, I feel like, is in that position. And so it ain't a lack of effort. The dude ain't quitting on you. Like he ain't rolling over. He's giving you everything he's got. But it's like a guy that's trying to win a championship that only needs a fifth place. When he goes in that mindset of getting that fifth place after winning all these races, that fifth place one, like it changes everything about him. And it's something about just a mindset. Mind's a powerful thing. It just changes the way he is. And I think that's what we saw Saturday night. So hopefully Eli, he can get to 52. He needs it. That was Eli Tomac.